the Vapid Ellie. This is the other vehicle. This is the muscle car that came out today in addition to the Tesseract. And if you didn't check out my Tesseract review, I made that about an hour ago. Go check that out. It's a fantastic supercar. But the Vapid Ellie, this was probably one of my top 3 most requested vehicles in the game. The first one was the Deluxo, and they added it. This one might have been number 2. So I was really, really excited when I saw this was added to the game. But then I got it today. And the Vapid Ellie is a perfect parallel to GT Online. This is a good vehicle, but it could have been great. It could have been so much more. I'll answer the question, should you buy it right off the bat? I would say yes, but it's not one of those vehicles that you need to buy. And the reason I actually give it a yes rating is because of the price tag. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It's only $585,000, I believe. And that's really nothing in today's day and age of GT Online vehicles. And I will say, it looks phenomenal. The looks are on point, but that's pretty much all it's got going for it. Everything else is what brings this car down. Now, the customization isn't necessarily bad, but it's also not really good. And the reason I say that is because compare this vehicle to the Rapid GT Classic. The Rapid GT Classic was just a random car they added in, I think, the Smuggler's Run update. And that's a phenomenal car. Now, for whatever reason, it's not a muscle car. It's actually a sports classic. But not only does it perform pretty damn well, but the customization on the Rapid GT Classic is insane. I mean, it's probably one of my favorite muscle-ish looking cars, if not my favorite, because it's got that great customization. You can make your car look super unique. But comparing that to the Vapid Ellie, you just sort of get disappointed. Because the Vapid Ellie, this was one of the most highly requested vehicles added to GTA Online. And you would think, from a business standpoint, that when a company decides to add something that the fans want, they would do a pretty good job at it. But no, that doesn't seem to be the case with this car and even the Jester Classic, the Supra, which we won't get to for another couple of weeks, but you would think they would try their hardest to make those, the ones that people wanted or have wanted for years, to be good. But it's almost like they did the opposite. They're like, oh, these people wanted them, let's just make them as quick as possible. Like, why couldn't they take the time and effort that they put into the Rapid GT Classic and put that into the Vapid Ellie? Now granted, look, I love the GT Classic, but I would have much rather have all that awesome stuff on this vehicle because I didn't really care about the GT Classic. But see, that's not even the most disappointing part about it. The performance is horrible. The only reason I'm buying it is to store it in my garage. I don't think I will really ever drive this around. And that's so disappointing because, like I said, it was one of my most requested vehicles. And now, what am I going to do? Just look at it? I mean, I guess that's cool. And it does look nice, like I said, but I want to be able to drive it around. I want to be able to have fun with it. And I really can't do that when this thing just is so damn slow. Now, this isn't any like sort of official test or anything, but just comparing it against some of the other muscle cars and even the Rapid GT Classic in the airport tests, it gets smoked. I think we have the Rapid GT Classic, we have the Sabre Custom, we have the Duke of Death, and we have the Blackfin Tuna Fish car that no one ever remembers. And this thing actually comes in last. The Sabre Custom, I believe, is the fastest muscle car, and it smokes it. The Rapid GT Classic, it smokes it. Now, granted, that's a sports classic, but it's a similar looking car, so I figured you got to compare them. Even the Duke of Death, the armored vehicle, smokes this vehicle. The only one that's somewhat competitive was the Blackfin, and like I said, no one ever freaking uses that. Now, I know the muscle class isn't for racing, really. Not too many people ever race in these vehicles, but I want them to be fast for free roam. Because there's nothing more annoying than being in a slow-ass vehicle when someone's trying to blow you up. And the worst part about it is that this vehicle also has that line of coding that makes it so where when you hit a bump or something, it slows the car down. And compounding that with the Abysmal Performance just makes this car not fun to drive. I mean, I guess if you like driving slow vehicles in online, maybe if you play in an invite-only session or don't play with other people, that won't matter to you. But if you're in a public lobby with other people, you need a relatively fast car. and this one just, it doesn't cut it. Now to show you guys some numbers, I did the drag test with this vehicle, the Rapid GT Classic, the Sabre Custom, and the Tampa, because I felt like those were all similar. The Ellie got a 26.547 time. The Rapid GT Classic smoked it and got a 23.884 time. The Sabre Custom also smoked it and got a 24.344 time. The only car that did do slower, or did go slower, was the Tampa, because it had a lap time, or a time of 27.541. So the Tampa is actually even worse than the Ellie, but I'm pretty sure the Tampa was free, because it was like a Christmas gift at one point. So the Ellie has no excuses. Like I said at the beginning, the only reason I'm recommending this vehicle is because of the looks and the price tag. It's a great looking car for a low price. And for myself, for a lot of people like myself who like collecting vehicles, I think it's a must own. You gotta have freaking Eleanor, right? I mean, you can't have a garage in a game that has Eleanor and not have Eleanor in that garage. But you can't use it. You're not gonna have fun using it, basically. So that's my review on the Vapid Ellie. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Are you as disappointed as I am, or are you just glad we finally have it in the game? Sort of side note, actually, before I do end it, this is why I think in GTA 6 they shouldn't have vehicle classes, because the vehicle classes is what ruins this stuff. They should have engine classes, perhaps, and maybe you could put the highest engine class on this muscle car so it can compete with supercars. And when they make races, the people can choose maybe which cars you can use, or maybe they choose what engine class you can use. I'm totally fine buying this car, right? Let's say if it was 500,000 and then spending another 500,000 or maybe even to $1 million for a better engine class to make it compete with sports cars or supercars. Imagine how many more variety of vehicles you would see in this game if that was the case. If you could make any class compete with super sport cars, or vice versa, you could make the sports cars and supercars suck because you put a lower engine class on them. But anyway, that is it with the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you all for watching. I am doing a shark card giveaway on my Twitter, so go check that out. But thank you all, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.